Please watch what I'm doing. I will post this recording, okay? So here we go. I'm working in Photopea. Photopea is just like Photoshop, and it's located at photopea.com, right there. Photopea.com, photopea.com. When you get here, I would recommend, if you haven't started already, my directions are also up on the classroom. Go to File and go New. And pay close attention here to your units of measurement. Right now, by default, it starts out with pixels. I want to go to inches for IN, and I want to go 8.5 inches wide by 11 inches tall. And the DPI, or the resolution, same thing, is 150. The background is white, and hit Create. Boom, there you go. You're going to put 5 things on here, okay? 5 elements, okay? And those elements are going to look like, if I opened up a file that I've already done, and I went over here and looked at one of these puppies, it'll look like this. There's not quite 5 here, but almost. Your name at the top, 3 pictures. There's 1 in the background and 2 here. And how you get them there, I can show you how I do it, and then you can figure it out. The only thing I haven't put on here is a text box. So I'm going to turn this one off, and I'm going to go to a blank canvas and show you how I start. And I just started by making the new file and the right specs, 8.5 by 11, 150. So here I go. I go to my text tool. I click on it. I come on here. I make 1 click. Put my cap locks on and type in Armstrong. Okay, I can triple click on here, or I can select my whole name, and I can change the typeface located over here. Okay, so let's scroll around and see what I like. I know there's some pretty good variety of things in here. Just poke around and see what you like. I picked one there. And I'm going to go to the mover tool at the top of the screen and move it over. If it's too big, I can go back to my text tool, triple click, and make it smaller with the size option. Okay, go back to my mover tool. So see, I'm bouncing around. I'm bouncing around between the mover tool up here and my text tool. I'm going to leave that alone for a minute, and I'm going to bring in my pictures. Now, how do you bring in pictures? If you can get your photos of yourself on your desktop here, you can see where I'm moving these pictures. That would be step 1. How do you do that? Well, you're going to have to be creative, and maybe you're going to email these pictures you shot with your cell phone, email them to your email, and then copy them to your desktop. So there's 3 pictures here. I'm going to go 1, drag it on, and I'm going to just leave it right there. I'm going to go number 2, drag it on, and leave it right there. And number 3, drag it on, okay? And I even have one that's like an alien one, which is really funny. And there's my alien one. So I have 4 to pick from. Now, I'm going to turn all the eyeballs off just so you can see that they can be turned off if they're in your way. Now, inside these little icons, if you look at what I'm doing here, I'll see if I can zoom up a little bit. Maybe I can't zoom up on this too much. Let me see if I can show you how to look at these icons a little bit better. View icons. Well, maybe I can't see it very well, but if you pay close attention to these icons, there's a little teeny dot in here. I want to get rid of it. So all these layers, I want you to do this. Select a layer, right? There's your eyeball. There's the layer. I'm selected. Go to Layer and go to Rasterize. And then the little icon will disappear. And why am I doing that? Because I want to trim some stuff, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, now go to my next picture. Turn this other one off. Go to my next picture. Make sure I'm on the picture. And go to Layer, Rasterize. Click on it. That little teeny dot inside the picture there goes away. Okay, go to the next one, Layer, Rasterize, and then the last one whichever one. I'm probably not even going to use that one. So here's my pictures, 1, 2, 3. And I want to do, the first one I want to do is I want to take this picture of maybe me normal, and I want to go down here, park it down here. I want to click on transform controls at the top of the screen, and here's my grips. I'm going to scale up, holding the shift key. I'm also going to make my window a little bit bigger because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm going to hold the shift key down, scale some more, and go all the way up, move my picture over, hold the shift key down again, scale up, and there you go. Let go of your shift key, move your picture over, and now watch what I do. I'm going to take the layer, and I'm going to drag it down here so that it's below the very bottom, and the word Armstrong, you can see Armstrong there. The Armstrong is above my picture. Now, the reason why I'm recording this, because I'm throwing so much information out to you, you just stop the video and play it back. Now, I've gone over my 6 minutes. I bet you very easily I could go another 6 minutes. So there you go. It turns into a little bit longer demo, but there's a lot I got to go over. Here's my picture in the background. You can do this if you want to. You're going to go to opacity and knock it back a little bit so it's easier to see your other pictures. And here come my other pictures. I'm going to scale them down a little bit, holding the shift key down, move them over. Now, watch what I do here. Go to my second tool in the toolbar. It's called a rectangular selection. I'm going to grab a chunk of my picture and delete it. I'm going to grab another chunk of my picture and delete it. Now, there's still a selection there, so click anywhere to get rid of the selection. Go to your mover tool, move your picture over, maybe shrink it down a little bit more, maybe rotate it a little bit, and hit return when you're done. Okay? Now, over here on your layers, double click right about here and bring up your layer style. I can do a stroke. There's a stroke, make it bigger. There's a drop shadow, click on drop shadow. I can change the distance. I can change the angle. Okay, it can change the spread and the size and make it softer. You can even change the color. So I want to make it blue. Just click on blue, hit OK, and there it is, blue. Change your opacity. Excuse me, make it a little bit darker. Hit OK. Now, that's for one picture. Now, I got one more picture to go. Again, I'm going to trim it right away first with my selection tool. Trim it, and deselect it, move it. Maybe scale it down a little bit. Maybe rotate it a little bit. Move it over here. And I'm done. Okay. Double click over here on the layer. Click on stroke. There's a stroke. Change the color of the stroke. Maybe make it purple. And hit OK. Size is fine. Okay. Drop shadow. Click on drop shadow. There's a drop shadow. You can change the opacity. Can change the color, can make it green or yellow, and hit OK, and then make the opacity more, and make this normal, and spread and size. There you go, play with it a little bit. Click off the global lights and change the shadow position. I like it. So you can see what I've done to the pictures. Maybe bring that down a little bit. Now, we're almost done. And I'm about 3 minutes into my second little timer. Here's what you're going to have to do for your bio, for your text that you did a 3-paragraph bio. You're not going to be able to copy and paste it in here. You're going to have to just type a little bit. All right, so now I'm recording. All right, so the text box here, let me just reiterate how to do this. Text tool, make one click. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up. That was wrong. Back up. I'm even in the wrong software. Let me completely start over. All right, so let's go back here. Get back to Photopia. Let me start over. Where am I? Let me find a website. All right, Photopia. Here we go. I know that I had gotten pretty far, and I wanted to show you how to use your text box. Click on your text tool. You got to click and drag and make a box. And then start typing. Hi, my name and AME. Now, it's huge, right? So Command A or Alt A, select everything, change this down to a reasonable size because it was just too big before, of course, and bring it down to like 30 or 40 points, and change your points, your typeface, to something that you think you can read, not like some big header typeface, something like Arial. I'll go to this one called Do Hyan or whatever. So there it is, and select that. Hi, my name is Mr. Armstrong. I teach multimedia and yearbook. Okay, I want to look and see what's going on here with this. I can go flush left, center, flush right, backwards like here. Check my tracking and stuff, which is somewhere in here under window, character. This has got things called tracking and scaling. You can look and see if I wanted to have more tracking. Here you probably don't have to worry about it so much. I would just keep it kind of like, zero, zero tracking. Okay, the spacing here is a little awkward, but don't worry about that. I'm going to tell you a little bit more here. I'll say, I live in Santa Clarita, where it has been over 100 degrees lately. Now, I'm still in the T tool, and if I click on these little grips, you can't see them very well, and I make the box wider, you see how the text flows? That's the main point of having your text inside a text box. Now, if I want to move this whole box, let me make this a little bit less space there. Go to your mover tool, the top, the arrow, and move it around. What I don't want you to do, even though you've got grips on here, is stretch it. Don't stretch it. It looks bad. It's not right. Okay, just undo it. Go to Edit, Undo, bring it back to normal. Move it where you want to. Fix little things like this by going here with your text tool, clicking next to 100 and going like Shift Return. That's called a soft return. That's the main point of a text box. You can reflow the width, but you've got to be in the text tool to do it. So I can just reflow the type. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to go here, move it down. These pictures, I've already shown you how to put the glow on there and the trimming. I think I showed you a layer, rasterize. Okay, I did that. And then I can use my second tool, trim it a little bit, little trimming, and then click anywhere to deselect, mover tool, move it around. Double click on the layer over here, and then you can put your stroke on here, any color you want, the size. Click on your drop shadow, and you can change the distance of your drop shadow, the size, the spread. Play with it, okay? So you have 3 photographs in here. 1, 2, 3. Trim them, put a stroke, put a shadow, get your paragraph in here, and then we went over the saving. In a later part of this video is the saving. Remember, you've got to be logged in to your school email to save your work. On a Chromebook, you're going to be going File, Publish Online. Okay, it creates a website. And again, I went over this later in the video. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to save my work on a regular computer. Just go File, Save PSD, and it goes to your Dropbox, which is right here. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. Please watch this video so that way you don't have to be picking your nose going, well, what do I do now? Okay, the video is for you. Okay, I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to stop the recording. Always save your work. Now, there's 2 things going on here. When you're on a regular computer and you save your work, you go like this, File, Save PSD, and you'll notice a little thing drops down, a little arrow hits, and it looks like a coin dropped somewhere. It went to your hard drive, and I'm going to show you where that is. Go over here to your downloads folder, and there are all your downloads. That's my file. That's this file right here, saved to my hard drive. If you don't have a hard drive and you're on a what you call it, a Chromebook. Watch what I'm doing here now. Look for account. You can see my mouse moving. Okay, I know I'm in present mode. You can see my mouse moving. Hit account, log in, and go log in with Google. You want to make sure you're using your school ID. So pick your school email, the one that ends in ABHSD, click it, and now you should be logged in. It'll go back to Photopia. Hopefully, get back to Photopia and click this out. Don't worry about all the numbers and they want you to buy something. Forget that. Exit out. Make sure that your account now is in orange. And if you clicked on it, you can see that you are logged in. Your only option is to log out. Now that means you're logged in. And here's the tricky part. If you are going to save your work in Chromebook, you actually do this. You go File, Publish, Online, and you're going to publish a PSD file, which means it retains all the layers. Okay? When you click on it, it says Photopia is going to put this as a website. Hit OK. It's saving it to the cloud. The screen usually pops white here. If we're lucky, it pops white, or it creates a URL, which it did up here. That URL, you want to hold on to it, copy it, go to a Word file, and whatever you want to call it. Give it a name, go File, Save As, and call it Photoshop URLs or Photopia URLs. Hit Save, know where you've got it, and then you use this website to get back to your work. If I copy it and I go somewhere else in my computer and I paste it on another tab and hit Command V, paste it, hit return, it should pop up my work. Sure enough, there it is. So that's how you save your work when you're on a Chromebook. You're not really saving it, you're publishing it to their website. Anybody have any questions on